For funerals, burials, cremations, pre-need, it's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg, 256-245-4361, Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Infant Elisa Hayes died Tuesday, April 11th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Radley Smith Funeral Home. Funeral service for Patricia Ann Rushing Barnett, age 71, of Sylacauga, will be Friday at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Reverend Wayne McDaniel officiating. Burial in the Talladega Springs Cemetery. Mrs. Barnett died Monday, April the 10th at her residence. Visitation is tonight, 5 until 7 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Bruce Allen Hubbard, age 55, died April the 11th at his residence. Funeral service today at 2 o'clock from Hephzibah Baptist Church with burial in the church cemetery. Randy Hagan, Beaver Tinsley, and Steve Ponder will officiate. Mr. Hubbard served as fire chief at the Renfro Volunteer Fire Department for some 20 years. He was former president of the Talladega County Association of Volunteer Firefighters. He worked at the Talladega Super Speedway and was a cattle farmer. Also a member of the Hephzibah Baptist Church and a proud graduate of Auburn University. Online condolences at earthstreetfuneralhome.com. Earthstreet Funeral Home in Talladega directing. Edna M. Embry, age 76, died April the 12th. Funeral arrangements to be announced later by Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. Funeral service for Mr. Byron Willis Daniel, age 78, of Alexander City, is Friday at 11 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Charles Skip Cook and the Reverend Mikey Taylor will officiate. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Daniel died Tuesday, April the 11th at Brown Nursing Home. Mr. Brown was a member of the Calvary Heights Baptist Church. The family will accept flowers for the funeral service, or memorial contribution can be made to the Calvary Heights Baptist Church in Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mr. Rufus Chapman will be Friday, April 14th at 2 o'clock from Corinth Baptist Church with burial in the church cemetery. Professional service provided by Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City. And funeral service for Ms. Mabel Goodman will be Friday, April 14th at 2 o'clock at Word of Truth Church with burial in the New Life Memorial Garden. Wright's Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Lola R. Russell, age 86, of Alexander City, will be Friday at 1 p.m. from Armour's Memorial Chapel with burial in the Alexander City Cemetery. Armour's Memorial Services directing. Memorial service for infant Kyle Alexander Seeley will be Saturday at 1 p.m. from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Vince Lee officiating. The family will receive friends Saturday from 11:30 till 12:30 at the funeral home. Memorial contributions can be made to the Lake Martin Animal Shelter or Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Celebration of Life service for Ms. Ruby Mae Smith, age 85, is today at 1 p.m. from Sunset Chapel of Remembrance in Childersburg. Ms. Smith died Sunday, April 9th at Coosa Valley Nursing Home. Online condolences at sunsetmc.com. Arrangements entrusted to Sunset Memorial Chapel, Childersburg. Funeral service for Lily Mae Lindsay Calhoun, age 96, is noon today at Terry's Mortuary Chapel. The Reverend Hardy Reynolds Jr. officiating. Interment in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary in Talladega directing that service. Obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home for pre-needs, funerals, burials, and cremations. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.